We are at the final stretch as the NFL Draft will take place at the end of this month. Since the end of the 2018 season, there have been hundreds of mock drafts written and there will be hundreds more written by the time the draft kicks off. And for the Green Bay Packers, their draft strategy changed after being very active in free agency last month. At the start of free agency, the Packers signed 2 edge rushers, 1 safety and 1 offensive lineman. Those positions were top needs for the Packers, and with the team having 10 draft picks, they can focus on other needs that will improve the roster. One of the biggest needs the Packers have is tight end. Jimmy Graham will be back in 2019 and the team also resigned Marcedes Lewis. However, the Packers need a younger tight end who can stretch the middle of the field for Aaron Rodgers. Another need is wide receiver since the Packers lost Randall Cobb to the Dallas Cowboys. The good news for the Packers is Geronimo Allison will be back 100% healthy after suffering a core muscle injury last year. But the Packers still need another deep threat Rodgers in the new offense. So with that said, here's a look at the second version of the Packers on 247Sports 7-round mock draft. There's a chance T.J. Hockenson could be gone by the time the Packers are on the clock, but if not, the Packers should and will take him. Hockenson had a big 2018 season for the Hawkeyes as he recorded 49 receptions for 760 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's also a strong blocker which will be needed in the new Packers offense led by head coach Matt LaFleur. Hockenson could be the replacement for Jimmy Graham who could be cut after the 2019 season, and the Packers do have interest in Hockenson as they reportedly interviewed him at the Combine. Nasir Adderley had a strong season for Delaware in 2018, recording 48 tackles, 4 interceptions and 7 pass breakups. His play in 2018 led to him being named to the APFCS All-America second team. The interesting thing about Adderley is his cousin is Herb Adderley who played for the Packers from 1961 to 1969. The elder Adderley helped the Packers win 5 NFL titles and he's a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I knew of him, Nasir Adderley said of Pro Football Hall of Famer Herb Adderley at the Combine, but my grandfather, he was a pretty big influence in my life, and Herb is my grandfather's first cousin. Once he passed away, he was really my only male role model and figure in my life. So, once he passed away, unfortunately, we really started to bond and connect. And it's just been great having him there for me. A.J. Brown is one of the prospects who will visit with the Packers and he was one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the country the last 2 seasons. In 2017, Brown recorded 75 receptions for 1,252 yards and 11 touchdowns. In 2018, Brown notched 85 receptions for 1,320 yards and 6 touchdowns. He was named to the All-SEC first team for 2 consecutive years. This may seem like a surprising pick because the Packers have 2 reliable backs in Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. However, there are some concerns with Jones' health and Williams might not be a strong fit for head coach Matt LaFleur's scheme. David Montgomery is a big back, 5'10", 222 pounds, who rushed for over 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns in his last 2 seasons with the Cyclones. He also recorded 58 receptions in 2017 and 2018. The Packers signed edge rushers Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith last month, but a team can never have too many edge rushers and O'Shane Xmines is a strong mid-round selection. In his 4 seasons at Old Dominion, Xmines recorded 51 tackles for loss and 32.5 sacks. In 2018, Ximines posted 58 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks and 1 interception. The good thing is the Packers won't have to rush Xmines into a starting role as he can learn from the Smith duo and Kyler Fackrell who had 10.5 sacks for the Packers last year. With Mike Daniels entering the final year of his contract, the Packers need to continue to build on one of the strongest positions on the roster. Gerald Willis was an All-ACC second-team performer last season, recording 59 tackles, 4 sacks and a league-leading 18 tackles for loss. Like examines, the Packers can work with Willis and not have to rush him into action. Aliudo will not be ready to start this fall, but he has the sizes and length to be a starter in the near future. In 2018, Udo started all 11 games for Elon and he helped the team rush for nearly 200 yards per game. He was named to the All-CAA First Team as well as the All-America First Team by Hero Sports and Phil Steele. Udo could be the replacement for Brian Bulaga, who is entering the final year of his contract. Alabama offensive guard Lester Cotton played both left and right guard for the Crimson Tide, and he was a big reason the team had the third best scoring offense in the nation last year. Cotton made 10 starts at left guard in 2018 after starting 18 games at right guard the 3 seasons before. The starting guards are intact for the Packers in 2019, but Cotton could continue to develop and be an option for the team in 2020. GSUWR Penny Hart. The Packers became interested in Penny Hart when they reportedly met with him at the Senior Bowl. In 2017, Hart caught 74 passes for 1,121 yards and 8 touchdowns. In Hart's freshman year in 2015, he caught 72 passes for 1,109 yards and 8 touchdowns. Hart can also return kicks and punts, so he could be one of the steals of the draft if he's still available in the 6th round. Austin Bryant did not get a lot of attention at Clemson, but he was a big part of the team's success. In 2018, Bryant recorded 44 tackles, 14.5 tackles for loss and 8 sacks, which led to him being named to the All-ACC third team. In order to be a starter in the NFL, Bryant will have to get stronger. But he does have the potential and the tools to be an immediate contributor.